Welcome back to Sandbox Sports, where three lifelong friends tackle the sports world. I'm your host, Buddy Shear, with Dino Green, aka Dean Richter, who unfortunately won't be able to make it with us today. May he rest in peace. And the man who makes it all happen, Josh Whitlow. Today, we'll be going over the first three games of the NBA Finals and our overall impressions and thoughts of how they have played out so far. Josh, you want to start us off?
So last night was the first finals game in the Garden in a long time. Safe to say, I don't think it was worth the $9,000 that you would have to spend to sit in the nosebleeds. Certainly wasn't worth the six figures of sitting courtside if you're a Knicks fan. I will say it was absolutely jumping. I mean, Celebrity Row was packed. The atmosphere was crazy, which is kind of impressive given how expensive it was. You just don't know what type of fan is going to be able to show up for that, but it was
It was
definitely a
pumping.
spectacle.
It was popping.
Um,
It was nice.
I mean, finals game in the Garden is different. I think that's the first one I've ever seen. Like, the Knicks just haven't been in the finals recently, so that was pretty cool to see. But Spurs bounce back, make it 2-1. The first every game in this series so far has been a good game. First game real quick, Brunson hit a big shot late. Second game, Wemby Loki had a stroke, and they ended up choking that game away. And then yesterday, they Spurs kind of pull that out. So 2-1 series. We actually have a series now. I'm happy about that. I still think it's early, but I still think this one is one that could go seven. Every game's been within like a couple of points. But yeah, Spurs get a big one yesterday, obviously. 3-0. Can't come back from that. They had to have that one. And specifically, Wemby and Castle stepped up big. And now we got a series on our hands.
This series has more swings than a playground.
Hmm.
I mean, it keeps going back and forth. Knicks have found themselves down 10 in every single game so far,
Yep.
and they've come back from down 10 plus and taking the lead in every single game so far. But just when it seems like the Knicks regained all the momentum, the Spurs strike back. They have kept making these games. Like I said on the first podcast, I don't think there's going to be a single blowout in this series. And yes, the Knicks won by like 10 plus for game one, but that was not a blowout. It was competitive for 45 minutes of basketball. It was very competitive until literally last 2 minutes of the game. Like you said, game two, when he had a little stroke towards down the stretch.
The clip
Um,
of him when you can see Castle's like chill, and he's like,
and Brunson was just there watching that shit,
yes.
bro. Uh, game two, in my opinion, it wasn't like a series decider since they were able to win game three, but I mean that was just a huge turning point of the series because it showed me that the Spurs team's young
Yeah, it
and
did.
that
It kind of exposed that.
the Knicks team is they're veterans, they're more experienced and everything. Game two showed that. They looked like an older team. They looked like a more team of chemistry. The Spurs looked like a young team in the finals. Um, and that was pretty clear. They had just a lot of turnovers, some bad shots. Um, Sometimes it looks like the coach isn't really running plays. It's just kind of like, see what we can kind of do here with De'Aaron Fox and maybe like a little Wimby, kind of
You
like that.
know, that's something that I wanted to say. A lot of times down the stretch, it's either been Harper or Fox, just kind of ISO
It's been
ball,
Fox ISO ball.
just trying to figure something out, and it's not really working.
He has had, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but De'Aaron Fox, a step back post fade midi isn't his shot. Am I right?
No, and you're talking about the one he hit yesterday late? Yeah,
He did hit one, but
but
then
he's
he
also
went
missed quite
back
a few.
to go miss quite a few more of those, along with doing that in game one in the clutch, in game two. I don't know why they keep putting the ball in his hands. He must be the clutchest player in practice because I'm not seeing it.
I
I mean,
mean,
he just,
and I think I was looking for a little bit more from Harper yesterday from an efficiency standpoint too. Harper was
you see how many
chucking out
open
there.
threes he missed?
Yes. I mean, he went
Dude,
like 5 for 18 yesterday.
I mean, it was bad. Now, he didn't take really bad shots, though.
No, they were all good shots. He just
They were
wasn't
getting
hitting.
him open.
If Harper shoots what he normally shoots, he finishes with like 30 points yesterday.
Yeah.
But
Um,
I mean, they just, if the Spurs could get a little more consistency from their guards, especially Fox and Harper, they'd probably be up 2-1 and they would maybe be up 3-0 because you saw yesterday Castle kind of had a little bit of
Castle
a
had a
breakout.
game.
They need that.
If the Spurs can lock in, the
They
guards,
need that. They need their guards to kind
Fox,
of step
Castle,
up a
Harper.
little
Oh
bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I do want to highlight Cat from games one and two. He's been phenomenal this series. He's been an absolute stud. I think he's gaining a lot of respect down around the league. I haven't really been seeing a lot of zesty Cat memes recently.
No, it's
Um,
they've just been talking about him playing good
they've just been talking
basketball.
about playing good basketball. You know,
Yeah,
it's a nice little change for time. I'm sure he's liking it. I'm sure he's happy. Another thing was Anne Hathaway. She must have been there at the game. The way OG was hooping last night in game three.
he was hooping.
He was hooping. He was
28
playing like
points.
prime OG. I mean, he was blowing by people, two feet jumping, two hands slamming. He was going crazy. But with Celebrity Row and Star Row, all those stars there, Victor Wembanyama was the brightest one.
He was.
He showed up. He was the Victor Wembanyama that we've been looking for all final series. I mean, he was aggressive early. He had 9 points in the first few minutes. We haven't seen that in a while. He's been getting
No,
shut down early in the first and dragging his way to 20 something points. But we knew early that this was going to be a Victor type night. And he delivered. He wasn't prime, but he did exactly what he needed to do. He scored when he needed to score. He was aggressive. He had played amazing defense. He limited the Cat shooting wise, lowest shot attempts and lowest points so far in this series. They locked in. And that's what they had to do. There wasn't a choice.
no.
So I'll let you talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing that stands out from Victor, I mean, yes, he started the game off. He had a poster dunk within the first 2 minutes. That kind of set the tone. And then the biggest thing that sticks out to me is out of every player on the floor yesterday, Victor Wembanyama had the most minutes. The 7'5" kid had the most minutes on a team with Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, guys that are known to play a lot of minutes playing against them. He had the most minutes. He needed to do that. I know questions are always about his health and his longevity. Like, obviously, with somebody that size, that's a question mark. But for him to go 39 minutes yesterday, be efficient, 11 of 18, be aggressive, impact every area of the game. And then, I mean, I've seen it everywhere, but he decided yesterday that he was 7'5" and that he could just take
Hmm.
jumpers over people too without having to do step back, ha ha. Like he can just shoot spot up jumpers over people. And he was doing that over
Ah,
Cat yesterday early. I think he kind of figured out that he's 7'5" yesterday a little bit. He really set the tone. And I think that's just the type of game that he's going to need to have to will this team. It shows me that if they win this finals, they're kind of stealing one because when I watch this team, they're very good, they're very talented, but when I watch them, I still don't think they're quite ready, which is crazy to say because they're in the finals, they're 3 games away from a championship, but I feel like there's a whole nother gear that this team could unlock, and the fact that they're only 3 games away right now and they're fully capable of winning this series, I think that's scary for the rest of the league.
yeah. I mean, the Spurs, they definitely made this a series. I was talking with some people yesterday, and I pretty much claimed that the Spurs were going to win, not because of ball knowledge, but because of Vegas and Adam Silver knowledge, and that they want to keep the series going. They want to keep the series going. It's been getting great viewership. It's been talked about everywhere.
I mean,
Come
this has
on.
got to be one of the more watched series in years.
This series wasn't going to go 3-0. I even told my uncle, I was like, the Spurs are going to get free throws. They're going to get to the line. The whistle is going to be on their favor tonight. That's what it was. They made more free throws than they attempted. So the Spurs made more free throws than the Knicks attempted. But they were more aggressive. It wasn't just that. But I don't know about you. The fight got pretty, or the game got pretty aggressive at some points. Bounce there, bounce there. Now nobody's playing fair. Like it was just all over the place.
It's been very chippy,
It's been very
very
chippy.
physical.
They're not calling the game consistently, which I'm
No,
not too big a fan of.
there were
First quarter,
multiple
we're starting off with
possessions.
hacking, and then
There
by
were
the close to second and thirds, we're calling some ticky tackies. It's just weird.
multiple possessions yesterday where there were like egregious fouls, and then like shots go up. I keep waiting for the whistle to be stopped, and I was watching the game yesterday without audio, and then all of a sudden, other teams just going the other way, and I'm like, there's no way there's no fouls called on that.
It was bad. It was bad. But
Um,
let's see here.
I do want to say real quick, the we talked about how great this series has been for the league. They obviously want to keep it going. I mean, you just look at the viewership. Game one of the finals last year, Thunder Pacers had 10.2 million viewers per game for the series. Game one had 8.9 million viewers. This year, game one had 16.9 million viewers. Game two had right around that as well. They said it's almost 80% increase from a year ago. So
Wow.
this is one of the most watched basketball series of all time. And I just kind of think that that shows that the viewers, and I feel like I kind of fit into that as well. Not
Say
that
it.
it's been the same teams, but it kind of has over the last 10, 15 years. It's only been a few teams to get two new teams with superstars that we haven't really gotten to watch on this stage. I think it's very good for the league.
What this tells me, 80% increase in viewership, is that Wemby's the new face of the league.
I think so.
I think
100%.
Wemby is the new face of the league. He is must-watch basketball. He's global. He's him. He's an
He's one of
alien.
the only guys where on a regular season night, if I am scrolling and I see the Spurs are playing on national television, I'll flip it on because anytime you get to watch the alien play, you're probably going to see something you've never seen before.
Amen to that. You're amazed. Let's go over something real quick. I want to apologize to Jalen Brunson for absolutely fucking nothing. Um, he is shooting a total of 30 of 81 from the field so far in this series. That is 37%. He's had four turnovers in game one, four turnovers in game two, and five turnovers in game three. He has not been the Jalen Brunson that we've seen in these earlier playoffs or the regular season. Castle and the rest of the crew, they're holding him in check. They're doing their job. The Knicks team as a whole have been playing phenomenal. They've been glued and
It's showing
gelled
their
together.
scoring depth is kind of showing.
I mean, Josh Hart, he scored what, like 13 points in the first half after not scoring a single point last
Yeah,
game.
he was good
Um,
yesterday for them.
it's a little different every game. They have someone who can, he
OG
thinks
can score 28.
everyone in their starting lineup can give you 20 whenever they want. So they don't
Brunson's
need
gonna
Brunson to
get
score 30.
between
But
20 and
Brunson's going
30
to get there
regardless.
anyways from his because he shot 30 something shots game one, 25
Yeah.
shots game two, and 25 shots game three.
Yeah.
He's shot chucking. He's shot chucking, Josh. I mean, and he's missing. He's shooting 37%. Imagine if they gave some more of those shots to Mikal Bridges, who, by the way, was doing cardio game three.
Mikal Bridges, that's the thing about him. Sometimes he is not involved at all.
He's not
Sometimes,
involved sometimes. They
sometimes
traded
he's super aggressive.
6 picks for him.
Yeah.
6 first-round picks.
Like game two, he scored like 13 right off the rip and then disappeared the rest of the game.
He
This game, he was
disappears.
just kind of gone.
I mean, and when I say he disappears, he really disappears. It's not even like a swing to him or nothing. They exclude him from the offense
I mean,
sometimes.
yesterday, 29 minutes, only took 5 shots, 2 points. That's crazy. And they're paying him a lot of money and they gave up a lot of capital for him.
6 first-round picks.
They have got to get him more involved. They have to.
It's bad.
They are
It's
just they're just missing
um
out on 15, 20 points a game.
someone else who has not been having a good series either, but that's mostly because of playing time. But I'm surprised he's not getting more playing time is Deuce McBride. I mean, he's a plug and play guy where
Hmm.
he knocks down a three, that crowd's losing it.
He's a
I
3
mean,
and D guy too. He
they're
can
all yelling
help
Deuce,
on some of these
but
guards.
Landry Shamet, I think, is taking all of his minutes.
He's playing so many minutes. We're
He's playing
getting
so many.
real Shamit minutes in the
He
finals.
had 3 points last night. I know this because I had a bet on him for five, and he just,
He
I
had
don't.
1 for 8 from
Yeah, he was shot chuck.
1 for 7 from three.
He got rejected by Wembanyama too. I also just want to shout out the Pat McAfee broadcast. They had a great showing and viewing of the NBA game last night. They went by props to ESPN for allowing them to do so. They talked freely and everything, and it was just awesome. There's Kendrick Perk. It was just a
Big
good pod.
perk.
It was just a good it was a good broadcast compared to regular ABC. So do more of that. Oh yeah. Um, so with game three in the books, Spurs down 2-1. Is the glory like is the Knicks is this the next series still or now? Do we still have ball game?
I mean, I think it's still a ball game. The only thing that favors the Knicks is that they're up 2-1. Um, I don't think that. the last three games have much of an impact on what's to come because every game's been so competitive. Both teams, both teams are flawed. Both teams have flaws, which is kind of crazy that we're to this point. But I think the entire NBA as a whole is very, very competitive. And the East was just not very strong this year. I mean, the Knicks rolled, and they're a good team, don't get me wrong, but I'm watching this series, and both of these teams have things they really need to work on. Um, Especially the Knicks, just with their, I just don't feel like they attack as much as they should. If with the scoring depth that they have, with the guys that they have, they should be. I mean, they should be dominating. They showed it in games one and two that they're more experienced, but when you have Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Towns, and OG, face value to me, that's 20 points a pop per. That's 100 points. You get any out of the bench. I just don't think a lot of guys, I think a lot of shots are going to Brunson that maybe a couple should be distributed differently. And then honestly, they got a lot from Cat games one and two. Cat was not that good yesterday. He only had
No,
11 points. He wasn't aggressive.
no,
Um,
not at all.
he's he's clearly an X factor in this series.
Yes.
They're going to go as Cat goes. And not only do they need him to play defense on Wemby, they also need him to score and space the floor and keep Wemby out of the paint. Because Wemby had 3 blocks yesterday. He affected 10 more shots. He was all over the paint yesterday. And I think Cat's got to do a better job of keeping him on the perimeter and making him respect his shot. But I still think we have a series. I think the line came out for the next game. It's like 1.5 again, even though it's in the
What a
Garden.
series.
Every game's like 1.5 line, no
Yeah.
matter what, which is awesome. I mean, we haven't got a series this
This is
competitive in
this
a
is basketball.
while. Um, even when it goes 7 games, I feel like recently in the finals, it's been like 15-point blowout, 20-point blowout. Every single one of these games feels like an elimination game. And I love that. And I'm just rooting for as much more basketball as we can get, personally.
Every game did feel like an elimination game because did you not see like all those there was at one point it was like 15 minutes in a row where we did not see any gameplay because they went review,
Yeah.
challenge, and then review, challenge again.
And
Like
there
it
were, I
was
mean, we talked about it being chippy. There were flagrants yesterday. There were all types of things.
two flagrants on closing up from three.
They
Like that was
reviewed a
crazy.
three from Victor, and they called it and one on the floor, and then it gets overturned. It could have been a
I've
four
never
point
seen
play,
that
and then the
before.
Knicks go and score on the other end right before like the end of the quarter or whatever. That was a 6 point swing. That was
Yeah,
huge. I've never
huge.
seen that level of attention to detail in the game so far, especially in the first 3 quarters. They are really it's weird though. They're officiating tight, but they're not. I don't
I
think the
agree. That's why I said,
officiating
yeah,
has been very
they're
good.
not consistent. They're not consistent. It's
And
been
it's
sometimes
causing
extremely tight, and sometimes they're allowing them to get too physical.
I mean, at times in this series, I'm all for physical basketball, but there's
Yes.
been t plenty of times where it gets way too much, especially yesterday. I mean, dudes were on the floor every game, and there was some flopping in there, especially Brunson did some. Um,
Yes.
but and they weren't really calling that. But there were other times where it's like legitimate hacks. I could hear it with no volume on the TV.
Oh my gosh, there was this one castle bucket where I go like I gotta sit on my
Yeah,
couch
the
and
one
go,
where he
and
hung in the
one.
air and he got the and
He got
one.
hit once
He
and
got hit like
twice.
3 times.
Dude, it was the most obvious foul of all time.
I don't know
And
how
they
he made it.
explained
I can't believe he made that shot.
he was cooking. He had
He
18 in the
was.
first half. Obviously he didn't do too much in the second half, but he
Give
had a
him a
great
couple
game.
more years. Oh my God, he's gonna be one of the best guards in the league.
So that's a good point. Let's say the Knicks don't win this championship this year. We obviously know the Spurs, they'll probably be back at one point. Is this it for the Knicks? Do you think they'll be able to make a run again next year?
I think they will be able to. However, if they don't get this done, I mean, we see it all the time with especially in football, you see it with the team that doesn't win the Super Bowl. They usually have a huge hangover the next year. Emotions are high. It's still like everybody else where you made the Super Bowl or you made the NBA Finals. So everybody's going to get paid, and you're not going to be able to keep a lot of your role players. Just because you lost the championship doesn't mean that's not going to happen to you. On top of the fact that there might be some internal turmoil because you didn't get it done. You play an
Yeah,
extra 2 months, you're playing just as hard as the other team, but at the end of the day, it doesn't pay off. That's really tough to overcome. Um, and I mean, I think they could be back, but obviously, if there was a team that's more equipped to handle losing it right now, it's the Spurs because they can kind of blow that off as youth and they'll be back and they'll be stronger. But I mean, there's good reason to believe that this is the strongest version of this Knicks team that we will ever see before all their
I
role
believe.
players get. I mean, you look, the guys they have off the bench: Shamit, McBride, Alvarado, Clarkson, Robinson, Sohan. Those are all guys that could get picked up next year for more money. Like, and those are all good players off the bench.
I
Those
just
guys could all
realized
get poached. What's up?
they don't have any like backup wings. I just realized. I mean,
No,
that's
they
one of my
really,
total
they really
thoughts.
don't. They have no backup wings other than I wouldn't really consider Clarkson a wing.
No, he's skinny as hell,
Which
and
he
Jeremy
actually,
Sochan can't
we
shoot.
got 10 points in the finals from Jalen Brunson, from Jordan
Jordan
Clarkson
Clarkson,
yesterday in the Big 2-6. That's
dude,
crazy.
that 3-pointer he hit reminded me of 2K, bro. He
It was
literally just
also
dribbled
so,
outside, turned around,
it
and
was
just
like perfect. Like it was a really low angle on the arc and it just, nothing but net. I mean, it was beautiful.
that's what he knows how to do though. He's a bucket. He's always
But
had always.
to answer your question, This this is the Knicks' opportunity. They're up 2-1. They're 2 games away. They got here with the team that they have now. They are not going to be able to hold this team together forever. They have to win this series. This is their shot.
Yeah, I agree. I think the East is going to get a lot stronger soon.
It is. The
Um,
Celtics will be back. Who knows what'll happen with the Bucks, but there's a lot of good teams in the East. The Pacers will be back next year. Like
Halliburton will be back. The
you just
Wizards will be a team you don't want to mess
you
with.
don't want to squander this opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. So, what do you think is one thing that decides game four? Start with the Knicks. We'll go with the Knicks first, and we'll go to the Spurs.
I think they need more from Cat and Bridges, specifically Bridges. If they don't get 15 points out of Bridges, and I don't know if it's his fault or whatever, but he's got to help out the rest of the offense. If they divert some of those shots to him and he helps carry the load a little bit, they'll be in a lot better spot. It takes a lot of the load off Brunson. It takes a lot of the pressure off Cat to score. I still think Cat needs to score a little bit, but Bridges can't be non-existent. He's got to play like an all-star. He's got to get them 15. And then on the Spurs side, I just think Fox and Harper need to be more efficient. I don't know what they're if we'll see if they keep rolling with this weird ISO ball thing that they've been doing with those guys, especially late in games. But those guys, if they're just a little more efficient, the Spurs don't even get in a lot of this trouble that they've been in late games. They got to take care of the ball, and Harper and Fox just a little bit more efficient on offense, and I mean, that's a 10-point swing right there. So those guys are who I'm looking at as well.
For the Knicks, I mean, it's Jalen Brunson. He's shooting 37%, taking a lot of shots with turnovers. He's not
He's,
taking care of the ball both ways.
he's got to be more efficient.
He's got to be more efficient. He has to. Um, so if that means getting Cat more shots because he didn't get a lot of shots, Mikal, OG, you have everyone can score. Everyone on that court can score. There shouldn't be a reason why you're taking that many shots a game if you're not cooking. If you're struggling, you shouldn't be cooking like that, bro. And for the Spurs, it's just Victor Wembanyama being aggressive. I mean, if he's aggressive, if he's getting rolling early, it's going to be a long night for whoever's guarding him. It's just hard to stop him. I mean, they did alley-oops to him early. We haven't been seeing that. We really
That's
haven't
a
been
good
seeing
way to
that.
get him going early.
Get him going, man. They got him going early. That's what
There
they
was
need to do. Yeah,
there
in
was
game
one
four.
play yesterday where I said to the person next, I said I would love to be Wemby's point guard. Castle threw him like all he did was throw it gently at the rim. He just tapped it in. To be his point guard is such a luxury. To just be able to throw lobs at the rim and he just tap it in. Like he doesn't even have to jump for him. He just kind of puts it
It's
down.
insane. He's actually a really underrated tapper just from his angles.
He's
He'd
very
be
good.
yeah,
His O boards, he
he'd
can
be playing
from
volleyball.
far out, he can put it in. He did that a couple times yesterday. I think it's underrated how much touch he has around the rim,
No one has a touch like he does. Yeah.
which is crazy because he's 7'5".
7'5".
Yeah.
They had this one cool camera angle last night during a free throw, and they just showed like you could really see the height difference between him and Cat. And it's just laughable almost. Like Cat's a big dude. Wemby
I
just
was
makes him look
I
like
was watching
little.
with somebody and at the time he was guarding Brunson and they were like, "Wow, that guy's really small." I was like, "No, he's not." The other guy's just massive. It's just comical watching Wemby. Like my eyes and I still haven't processed how like huge he is.
Yeah, no, it's unreal. But we'll close this one off with who you got game four.
I would tend to say that the Knicks are going to bounce back, but I don't think they will. I think the Spurs are going to tie this one up at 2-2. I think Wemby's going to have a monster game. He's more motivated than any star I've seen in a long time. He really wants to win. And a lot of people I feel like are going to call him corny for that or he's trying too hard, but no, that's what the league needs. That guy wants to win more than anything. And I think it's going to be another close game. I think it's going to be a lot like what we saw yesterday. I'm taking the Spurs to tie it up.
I like that. I like that. Yesterday, a picture blew up of Wemby in a park drawing a statue pregame, maybe clearing his head, and everything. Who was looking over his paper? Who could confirm he was drawing the statue? Nah, that man was drawing the Larry O'Brien. He's getting
Mm.
locked in. He was ready. We saw it. He's gonna do it again. He's ready for New York. He's ready for his big stage. Game one and two was a little shock to him, all right? They gave him an extra day to rest off. Wemby, we're a little worried, all right? Take care, get your little rest. He's ready now. We're gonna have a great series, boys. Game four, just a few days from now. Josh, you have anything else you want to ask? Close this one off.
No, I just think we're ready for more basketball, and I think there's going to be I don't know, but somebody's due for a 35-point performance in Game Four. Um, I don't know if it'll be Wemby, I don't know if it'll be Brunson, but I think everybody's kind of been held in check right at that 30 mark or under. I still think at some point this series we're going to get a legacy game from somebody. I think from either Brunson or Wemby. I just don't know who it's going to be, but somebody's going to put up 40 this series.
I think Brunson will at one
I
point. He
think
just
there's a
has to.
chance.
Just with how many shots he's taking,
Shit,
one
if
of
he
these
shoots his
games,
normal percentage, he'll get 40
yeah,
at that volume.
it's unreal. But all right, thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Sandbox Sports. Dean will be back on the next one. Sorry about his absence today. Um, and we'll be looking forward to game four of this series.